Please be on the same energy when you see me. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. Mm. No money be piling. This shit keep piling. I need new deposit. Brand new deposit. Dude, I ain't talking no stylist. I don't need no stylist. I ain't talking about socket. Because that's all inside of my body. My baby. Brand new Mercedes. We driving these little bitches crazy. We even had thoughts on the baby. It was good, Sage. Nothing is happening in the market today. I ain't even checked yet. We finna see right now. How was that trade from yesterday? That trade from yesterday was some gas. Do you really fuck with me? Do you really love me? Do you really fuck with me? Tell the truth. Do you really love me? This shit keep piling. Brand new deposit. New. I don't need no stylist. I don't need no stylist. And let me know if music too loud. I look you think it is. I'm turn it down a little bit. Like I said, solid side of my body. We should be good here. We should be good here. Let's do a recap of yesterday first. So yesterday, we got this USD JPY trade. This was a very, very, very solid trade. Simple break and retest. Before I got off live, I did say if you got a 1 hour cord, you're back inside this range, I was going to cut this trade short and close early. We had price rejecting this area with wicks, but never got a 1 hour bearish closure. So I decided to hold this trade. I got a skilling as well. I got a skilling after on this 5-minute time frame. All right, we came down, rebroke this low. As price came back up to this high right over here, I scaled in again at the same entry with a tighter stop loss. I had a 15 pip stop loss under this low. That's why I scaled out here instead of scaling out here. This was overall solid ass trade though. This trade was fucking money. I low-key didn't want to take it because we didn't have no bottom wick here, but as you see, it still ended up playing out. So that was a very solid setup. Um, that was yesterday's trade. I got 99 pound like Jay-Z. My phone copy to 80. By the job all the time, I don't feel none. So they got you made me go kill something. Tell my shooting no mercy, no chill button. Not admit to so much, I don't feel none. By the job all the time, I don't feel none. So they got you made me go kill something. Tell my shooting no mercy, no chill button. Not admit to. All right, this was yesterday's trade. This is a very solid sell up. I'm not looking to trade this again. We had a gold trading yesterday as well that I didn't take one alive, a little bit off stream. I ran for about a 1 to 1.3 risk to reward. I'm looking at a break reaches right over here for scaling. The reaches ended up failing, and overall kept continuing down, which is fine. This ended up being a break even trade, really. Then this was the setup that I called that I didn't take. Before I got off stream though yesterday, I did say I like GU sells below this area for this break and retest. This level played out very, very, very nicely. Looking on the 5-minute time frame, it created clear higher highs and higher lows. My entry would have been as price came to break and close below these lows right over here. Could have got the entry something like this. Stop loss above these highs on this closure, and then boom. This trade was a very, very, very nice setup. But I didn't take it, so I'm gonna take it off the chart. But that was the trade I was looking at yesterday. We might have some potential sales right over here though on GU for another break and retest. This is literally just dragging back break and retest, bro. Like, I don't even have to do no extra shit. Literally just another break and retest in this area. US 30, I was looking at break and retest. So this area, we got the break, no retest, so no trade. NAS 100, I was looking at break and retest. The area, this area, we got the break, no retest, so no trade. I did say if we come down here on the 1 hour time frame, we might have some potential sales on US 30. Looking on the, but the sales are counter trends. Looking on the 4 hour time frame, we're still bullish. Meaning we just in a deeper retracement of overall. We just in a deep high time frame retracement where I 1 hour decided to go bearish. So I do, if I want to buy, I wouldn't want to buy until we 1 hour shift back bullish, and that doesn't happen until price comes back up here. So I still have the same area of potential buys, which would be just simply up here as of now. If price come down, create a lower high and a new lower low, then I would look to take this buy as well. But until then, I'm just looking at this buy. This sells is counter trend, so I'm really gonna take it off the chart. I'm not gonna take that. Other than that, looking on NZD USD, I love looking at this break retest. We got a break, no retest, so no trade. EJ, I'm looking at this break and retest. We got to break a lower time frame retest. Wait, that wasn't yesterday. This was older than yesterday. This was Monday. So yeah, yesterday was the break and retest. This area, we got a break, a retest, and continuation, but I was already in something, so I didn't really take this. But this setup did play out as well. AU, I was looking at a break and retest to this area. We got the break, we got a retest over here. A retest went into some profit a little bit, but overall ended up reversing. For sales, looking at a break and retest below this area, which could play out. We got to break this retest failed, so I'm still looking at sales on AU, but instead I would look to take them up here, or if we could re-break this low down here. Either one of those is fine. GA, I'm not really interested in trading GA. You're not really interested in trading in GA. GBP CHF, not really interested in trading this either. EU, we might have an EU position, okay? Daily is overall bullish on EU. We have this current high over here, this previous high right over here, this current higher low. Just a daily structure overall bullish. Look on the 4 hour time frame. We have this previous lower high, this previous low, this current low. Looking on the 1 hour time frame, the same. We having a break and a retest. I really don't want to trade off of this level because that is the mid level. I'd rather see a deeper retracement pull back into this area for some potential sells. So we have an aggressive breakout, rejecting off of this area. I want to see a pullback into this area for sales. If price decides to just come back down right here and don't pull all the way back into this area, I would rather take this. I'll take these sells as well below this area. So either one of these sells could play out, but this might be something that's for New York session. Not really nothing right now. GJ, I'm looking at a break and retest of this area. We broke. We got a retest. The retest looks like it's holding, but it is a little choppy, so I really don't want to take that. We do have this lower high sitting right over here. I mean, this higher low sitting right over here. So that's my whole watch list. Let's redo gold. charts because this is the trade I took yesterday. So I want to restart it with a fresh analysis. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep my positions up here that I took from yesterday and just clear everything else and draw my levels all over again. Look at the daily time frame. We're overall bearish, right? Price came down here, took out these lows. Now we're in between this lower high right over here. We did break this lower low right over here. We did break below this previous lower high. We did create this current low, and this is the range that price action is in the daily time frame. Looking on the 4-hour time frame, I would just do the same exact thing. We just broke above this previous lower high here. We created this new higher high all the way up here. And now we have this being our most recent lower, higher low. This is our new range for the 4-hour time frame. And just do the same thing on the 1-hour time frame. In the 1-hour time frame, this is where we decided to go bearish. Boom. This is my most recent lower high. This is the low we took out. So I could just simply adjust this line to this one. All right. And this is our current low. So now this is the range I have. As far as my zones, I would just use this zone all the way up here and cut this one out the way. Let's say that mid level was too close to the top, so why not just use the top one instead? We have a solid mid level right over here, and then we have the bottom of the range being right over here. And this is kind of a big range, so we could actually trade this range. Then we have this being this level down here. We can simply adjust this line to capture these wicks down here, and look at this range. So that's how I find all my levels. Now let's go back to the higher time frames. Look on the daily time frame. I said we were bearish, so I could see some sells. We do have internal bullish structure inside the bearish trend, meaning we have equal highs and a higher low. Looking on a 4-hour time frame. Our 4-hour time frame is bullish because we never took out this low first. So as far as sells, I really don't want to sell until price come down here. And on the 1-hour time frame, price could sell off right here, right? But sells is technically counter trend to the 4-hour because the 4-hour is still bullish. I don't want to sell against this 4-hour trend. So I need to wait for this 4-hour to go bullish, and that doesn't happen until price come up here. Or unless price decides to come down here and make equal lows, then I'll take the buy above this area. Either way. So because I have a 4-hour gap in time frame confluence, I obviously just wouldn't trade gold. We're going to take this off the watch list because of that 4-hour gap in confluence and pro this to the bottom of our watch list. It's something I'm not open to trading. I'll do the same thing on USD JPY. I'm going to do it below faster this time, so I'm not talking so much. That way I can get through it. Daily overtime frame aggressively bullish. 4-hour time frame aggressively bullish as well. Looking at the 1-hour time frame, we are inside. We're in between this high and this lower high right over here. This is our 1-hour range. I want to take buys. I don't want to take buys inside this range though. So as far as buy continuation, I wouldn't really want to take them to re-break this highs. We could take out this low and continue down, but again, this is counter trend to the overall 4-hour and daily being aggressively bullish. We did break above these highs over here, so I do want to see a continuation. That's really it. Buys above these highs, I don't really want to look for sales. If I do end up taking sales, it wouldn't be till price come all the way down here, and that's a long way away from price. Don't see that happening today or during the session. So because it's something that's might not really happen today, we're gonna leave this at the top because we have some potential buys. But ideally, I want to see better setups than this because I don't want to buy after this already aggression, right? I need a deep, healthy retracement before I look to take my buys. That's what I'm thinking. We could take it off the favorites though. Looking at GU, the GU setup is clean. I don't even have to redo a chart for this. It's literally just dragging back, break and retest, break, retest, break, retest. But this is something I'm open to trading today. We are in the retracement phase of 1-hour time frame. I just do need to see this retracement come all the way up back into this 1.34235 area with 5-minute structure. Looking at the 5-minute time frame right now, we already have structure. As you can see, we went bearish here on the 5-minute time frame. Then we went bullish here on the 5-minute time frame. Now I'm anticipating we have higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, something like this. And then I can look to take sells. Low to low, something like this. I'm open to taking this, but I just need this formation to happen as price pull back up into this range. That's GU. I do like that. We're gonna leave this at the top. US 30. Let's look at US 30. Look at 30. Let's redo my overall chart breakdown on US 30. Daily time frame, overall aggressively bullish. We have this current high, this previous high, this previous high or low. 4-hour time frame. The same exact thing. 4-hour took out these lows here. Started making new lows. We have this current low, this previous low, this previous lower high. Let's draw some zones. Actually, let's go to 1-hour time frame. Let's draw this as a whole zone. Let's draw this as a whole zone as well. Very aggressive? Not really. I'm more so on the conservative side. I'm not really an aggressive trader, to be honest. I'm very patient. Very, very, very patient. So as far as our 4-hour being bearish and our 1-hour being bearish, I'd rather take sells than buys. In order for me to take buys, I want to see our 4-hour and our 1-hour both shift bullish, and they both will be bullish if we get a break and retest of this area. As prices sit trading below here, I'm only looking for sells. So one, I could sell at this break and retest of this area to trade inside this range. As you can see, looking left at this price action here, we have a lower low. We had aggressive breakout, no real retracement. So we have a retracement back into this area. I potentially have some sells here. If we don't break and retest, if we don't retest this area and we continue lower, I could take some sells below this area. Right? Just trying to trade with the volume that the market is already in. I like these sells. If I don't get these sells in this area and this rejection fell and price gives me a deeper retracement, I'll simply just trade off of a fib level. Use my fib, draw it from the highest point in the push to the lowest point in this push. Mark off our 50% and our 70% in this fib. I'll label this a bearish fib. Delete the fib off the screen so my screen doesn't look too cluttered. And then look to take the sell up here. If I get a good entry. That actually has a nice risk reward. Then I can look to target this as my first target, this as my second target. If I get this entry, I can use this as my first target. And then we have a clean range to fill to the left-hand side. We have a lot of imbalance over here that price can fill in. This looks very, very, very clean for price to come down and make these levels down here. But ideally, I could use this as a target as well. And if I get this entry down here, I could use this as a target. So this setup does look nice. I do like US 30, but it might not happen to New York session, right? I might not get this during London session, but we are still gonna favor it because if I don't take a trade during London session and this setup for New York, I will be open to taking this during New York session. The way I trade, I take 1 to 2 trades a day. If I get a trade during New York session where I am actively pressing that buy or sell on any given pair or ticker, then I won't trade New York because I don't have to. But if I sit through a whole London session and everything looks choppy, nothing is really moving, then I simply just won't trade London. I won't have to force a trade. I would just simply wait for New York setup, the New York trade, the New York session to set up for a high quality trade. And I'll just take my setup during New York. If I don't get a trade during New York as well, simple. I'll come back the next day. Not really a big deal. So this looks like something that's not really set up right now. It could set up during New York, but I do still like this. So I'm going to leave this up here as in my top of my watch list. Let's look at UJ. Already did UJ. Let's look at NAS 100. Let's redo my charts to get a better fresh analysis. I like your strategy. Appreciate that, JS. I try to keep it simple. I trade simple break and retest off of previous highs and previous lows with higher time frame direction of buys, 5 and 10 frame for entry, and let the momentum or the trading buys carry my position. Looking on the daily time frame, we're overall aggressively bullish and making new highs and lows. I don't really want to mark them out just because it's so aggressive. Look on a 4-hour time frame where we're more relevant to current price, I will be open to making these more visible. So this is our current high. This is our previous high right over here. This is our previous high low, giving me this range of price action. As you can see, this break retest did fail where we have a closure below. This lets me know that we are just in a deep retracement of a 4-hour bullish trend. And we are rejecting off a 4-hour bullish fib level. So we can just label this bullish fib inside this 0.50 to 0.70. Delete the fib off the screen just to keep my charts a little bit more clean. I don't really like cluttered charts. So this is our 4-hour time frame. Maybe having some buys off of this area. This retest did fail, but we still are bullish. I'm strictly looking for buy opportunities. And that's the 4 hour time frame. Looking at the 1 hour time frame, we are bearish. So the reason why I'm saying we are bearish is because price did take out this low. So ideally, actually we are bearish. We have this higher high. This is my previous high. This is my current higher low. We broke below that level. Don't really want to trade. Really want to take buys after we making a new low for this area. But we still are rejecting off of this level of support and resistance. So this is a valid level of support and resistance, right? So we could take some buys here. We could not take some buys here, right? These buys here, I do think these are risky because these are counter trend to the current 1 hour time frame. But it could just be faking out these lows to continue higher. That is a possibility. So we're gonna label these buys if this break and retest as price may have some rejections off of this area. But instead of having this as a solid blue line, we're going to make this a dotted blue line. That way we know that this is a little riskier setup. So if I do take buys off of this area, I'll just scale down my risk. Instead of risking full, I'll risk like 50% of my position. I will be open to taking this trade just because it does have a lot of upside potential, being aggressively bullish. I do think we could continue higher off of this area. If I do get buys off of this area, I can look to target this. If I don't get buys off of this area, we can simply take them above here. Same thing. This is still counter trend to the 1 hour time frame, but I am open to taking that. Buying above this area, we could target these highs over here. If I don't get these buys, I would look to take these buys all the way up here. Very simple. When I have a directional bias, I only look for trades that support that directional bias based off of the current price action. Really not looking for selling opportunities if I'm in an overall bullish market. That's how you end up getting faked out and things like that. From trying to take counter trend trades in a bullish market, or looking for opportunities opposing to the overall direction of the market. Me, if I see the market is bullish, I'm only looking for buying opportunities. But this is not really a risky trade because at this time, our 1 hour will be back bullish above this area. So I will be open to taking these buys in this area. So we can, instead of making this a solid dotted line, we can make this back a solid line. If price decides to create this lower low, lower high, a new low, and then re-break this high, this will be a potential entry. But again, this is where our 1 hour will be bullish. And if our 1 hour is bullish after something like this happened, this will go from a dotted line to a solid line because above this area, it will be pro-traded and no longer a counter trend trade. So meaning the quality of this trade increases if we have price making a new low back in deeper inside the range and then taking out a lower high. That's but again, if that does happen, I don't want to buy this high in the range. I'd rather get an entry down here. But if we start to trade above this area, this range becomes a lot smaller. Our potential rejection area is a lot tighter. I really want to trade inside that range. Instead, I'll wait for a high quality trade where a bigger range, where a better risk reward, and trade above this range instead. But I do like that, so we will favor that. Let's look at NZD/USD. I do like this as well. We could create a chart and redo it though. Looking at our daily time frame, we're overall bullish with the potential to go bearish because we are approaching this lower high right over here. We have a massive rejection wick at this area, but I do think we may be going bearish. We have this as our current high, this as our previous high, this is our previous higher low. I do think this was a news candle, so I'm really not paying attention to that rejection wick. Looking on a 4 hour time frame, we're going to do the same exact thing. This is our current low. So instead of just putting it right here, we simply just adjust this one and drag it here and delete this one off the screen just to make it a little bit more accurate. Very simple. This is our current low. This is our previous low right over here, being this pivot point price. This is our previous lower high, giving us this range right over here. Go to the 1 hour time frame now. And here's what it looked like on the 1 hour time frame. We do have another rejection area up here. So based off for a 4 hour time frame, if I want to look for buys, I wouldn't want to buy until our 4 hour goes bullish. I ask myself, where does the 4 hour go bullish? The 4 hour goes bullish above 0.657. So buys above here could be pro-trend at that time and could play out. Might not happen today, but this is a possibility in what I'm looking at. If I do get buys above this area, we can look to target this high, where we have this break and retest that happened back over here. This does look clean to target if we get break and retest of these highs up here. And if we go even higher, we can look to target these highs up here. If we don't get this entry, we can get an entry up here. As far as buy side. But overall, we are in the bearish market, so I do want to sell overall. Looking at the 1 hour time frame, our 1 hour time frame is bearish. We are making a lower low and a potential lower high over here. I'm looking for a price to pull back into this previous lower low right over here. Where our potential takes themselves. It did got a deep retracement, but it's not deep enough, right? If it don't touch my zone, I don't get a trade. So even though we started to sell off, it didn't quite get pulled back to where I wanted it to pull back to. So instead, we still be patient and wait for a deeper retracement that we actually looking for. So sells off of this area. If price never pulls back to this area and just continues down from where it's already at, then I will be open to taking sells below this area. Very simple. And if I don't get a rejection off of this area, we can use our fib level as drawing from the highest point to the lowest point and have a sell off of this area. So this 0.50 lines up with the level of support and resistance in this case. But this lets me know this is a high quality trade right over here because we had added confluence at the same spot. Not only are we breaking and retesting a previous low, this is also a current fib level to trade off of. So this is a high quality trade at this area. I do like that. We're gonna favor this as well. So far we're looking at GU and NZD/USD for this session. US 30 and NAS 100 for something that's setting up for New York possibly. Let's continue. I did UJ already. Let's look at USD JPY. Let's clear the chart, start all over. But let me pull up the YouTube chat. I didn't even pull up the YouTube chat. All right, looking at the daily time frame, we're overall aggressively bullish. Don't need to mark up the highs and lows because this is too irrelevant. Like this is way too far back in price. Looking at the 4-hour time frame, this is our current high. This is our previous high. This is our previous high or low. We're overall bullish on the daily and the 4-hour. Looking on the 1-hour time frame, this is our current high. This is our previous high that failed on the retest. This is our current high or low. So our 1-hour time frame do go bearish below this level. This could be some selling opportunities, but again, this is counter to the higher time frame. So you will want to make this a dotted line, like you know that this is a risky trade. So if you are open to taking this, scale down your risk accordingly. Because it's counter to the higher time frames. Looking at it, we have some equal highs over here, a break and retest of this previous higher low where we have some potential sells. Then you can look to target these highs here. And if you want to further target, you can look to target these levels down here. Then a further target, you can target these levels down here, right? For that kind of sells. But I really don't want to take them sells. I'd rather take buys because buys are pro trend. I would rather take the buys all the way up here. If we get a re-break of these highs over here, these equal highs that we previously rejected, and continue higher, I do like those buys. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame to see where we have pro trend sells. So again, 4 hours is aggressively bullish. 4 hour doesn't really go bearish until price rejects down here. Ideally, I don't want to sell nowhere in this price. This could just be a 4-hour retracement. So selling is counter trend to this overall 4-hour time frame, and we could just pull back into this fib level on the 4-hour time frame and then continue higher. We have some potential buys down here or buys down here. But again, that will be counter to the 1-hour time frame at this point because the 1 hour will be making lower lows, lower highs as prices coming down. So, buys above here, sells below here. It's risky, not really open to taking that. So I don't really want to trade Euro JPY at all. When I say I rank my setups from the high quality setup versus the low quality setups, and I only focus on the high quality setups, this is exactly what I mean. If something is look like it's too far away from current price or is counter trend, and I see better setups, I simply just won't look at it for that trading day. So this is something that I'm not open to trading, right? Buys, okay, I could see the buys playing out, but as far as sells, where it look like the way it's going now, based off this 1 hour time frame, having this doji candle and a bearish engulfing, we look like we're going to continue down to the bottom of this range and even break it possibly. But because that's counter trend, I don't want to take that in the first place. Just because you see something that could possibly happen, don't mean you have to take that because the odds of that happening, if it's counter trend, are less likely. Let's look at AUD USD. I do like this as well. I did this already. Where we have a break retest or a break and retest. Either one works. Simply adjust this line until we have these wicks right over here. Simple. This looks like something that's setting up for New York session as well. So GU and NZD/USD for this session. AU/USD US 30 is setting up for New York session. Not really open to trading UJ or EJ. Looking at GA, not open to trading this either. GBP/CHF, not open to trading this either. I don't think. Let's redo this trade. I think let's do this analysis because this analysis was from yesterday. So looking at the daily time frame, I do my same thing on every single pair, no matter if I'm trading the index or if I'm trading futures or if I'm trading an indices like gold. or if I'm trading a well, commodity like gold. If I'm trading a stock, I don't care. I do all my breakdowns the same on every single pair I'm trading. Nothing changes. Looking at the daily time frame, we overall bearish. As you can see, we took out these lows right over here, where we decided to go bearish on GBP CHF. They really don't want to mark off the levels just because they're too far away from current price. So we're gonna do them on a 4 hour. Looking on a 4 hour time frame, we took out these lower lows right over here. This was a trade that I did lose a couple weeks ago, but I was right about the direction, just wrong about the timing. They end up, well, this wasn't lost. This was a break even. But we are bearish on this 4 hour time frame. This is our current low. This is our previous low right over here. This is our current lower high. Our 4 hour is bearish. Go to the 1 hour time frame. 1 hour time frame is bearish as well. It's tricky though. Tricky. I do want to say we are bearish. This is our previous lower high. This is our current low, giving us this range right over here. Boom. Again, I wouldn't want to trade above this range, so instead of marking it, I'm overall just going to delete it off my chart because this will clutter it. I don't want to trade off of that reaction anyways, so why I put it there. Looking at 1 hour time frame, we're overall bearish, but we are in a bullish retracement of a bearish trend. So do I want to take any trades inside this range? Probably not. Again, this is a 4 hour retracement. Let's measure this 4 hour retracement. So we're going to do it from the highest point to the push, the lowest point to the push. We could have a rejection off of this 50% retracement. Okay, I could take some trades off of this area actually. But I really wouldn't want to trade it as we reject this area. Looking at the 1 hour time frame, we do have internal structure. We have a higher high, a higher low, a higher high. If I take it, I really rather take it below here. So if price makes a new high all the way up here and then something like this, I won't want to take the trade until we come down below this area and take out this low. Or if we create a higher low in this area, I'll look to take it as we break that higher low to target this range. If we do it down here, I'll look to take this strip and target this range. If we get the sell down here, I could take that and target this negative 27% on this Fibonacci level. So we could have some sells in this area. Let's make this red. Could have some sells in this area. Could have some sells in this area. I do like this as well. Let's look at GA. Not looking at GA. UJ. EU. This looks like something that might be setting up for the New York session. GJ. Don't really want to trade GJ. Go. I said I didn't really want to take this, right? Actually, I might take this counter trend trade. Not gonna lie. But that's all the pairs I'm looking at today. I'm open to taking this counter trade on gold now. I changed my mind. Even though we're still bullish, we're below our 50 EMA, and this is a clean range to trade in because we have previous price action right over here that was a clean move. So I will be open to taking that trade. I changed my mind on that answer. Cause you my hidden treasure. I think I'm falling in love. She said, "What you know about love?" Any questions, comments, concern in a TikTok or YouTube chat? Let me if anybody's in here new, let me know what y'all trade. Do y'all trade Forex? Do y'all trade prop firm? Do y'all trade live capital? Do y'all trade futures? Do y'all trade ICT? Do y'all trade SMT, SMC? Bollinger Bands, RSI divergence, MACD? Like, let me know how y'all what y'all traders strategy look like for anybody, any of the new people. And any new people, let me know how y'all found me, bro. Did I pop up on y'all For You page like the live, or did you just like see my recent video or something like that and decided to come in there live? Let's pull up the YouTube chat. And for the YouTube, I don't got my face cam on YouTube. I got my face cam on TikTok. So if you want to see the face cam, is on TikTok. No. We have London session open in the next 25 minutes. So looking at gold, I want to see this low get taken out where I look to take a sell. If this low can get taken out, I can take a sell. I had a stop loss above these highs over here, and I'm looking to target the bottom of the range. But I don't really want to enter that deep inside the range though. I really don't want to enter this deep. So instead, I really want to see price create a lower high up here. A rebreak of this current high. Then I'll take the entry as price come back down. Then I have a tighter stop loss with a better risk reward. That's what I want to see overall. Well, we might actually have to take this. When I do take this gold trade, because it is counter trend, I will scale down my risk though. So I'm not going to be risking my full 1%. I'm going to cut my risk in half to risk about 0.5%. Knowing that this is a counter trend position. Actually, we're going to take DBPCHF out of our watch list today. We're going to take AU out of our watch list today. We have too much shit in our watch list. I ain't going to lie. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to take this out as well. We just going to focus on gold and GU today for London session. For New York, we might see US 30 or NAS 100. But as far as this session, we're only going to look at these two. Let's look at gold on the 5 minute because this is where we might have an actual entry yet. Not really. I don't really need to look at the 1 hour no more because we already tapped into the level. So I'm really just waiting for a higher low to get taken out to get an entry. Amanda, thanks for following the stream, bro. Welcome in. What that shit like? I have to put my glasses on because when I first came to the computer, the screen was too bright. But it ain't that bright now because I'm fully up. At first, I was a little half asleep. I ain't gonna lie. Actually, this shit is still kind of bright, bro. Let's dim my light down at least. Damn, this low as I can dim it? Fuck. Let's see if I turn it off. Is it too dark? It's too dark. Nah, it'd be alright. Fuck it. Ugh. What y'all looking at in the chat, bro? What y'all looking at? What y'all looking to trade today or tonight? Yeah. Yeah. Someday. I don't wanna. I don't wanna. Yeah. I've been thinking about my sister. Does my granny know I miss? Mama told me to keep my fist though. To be riding with the blick. I was trying to get my dips up. Spot and make a nigga lift up. Sending a nigga in this bitch up. Yeah. Someday. I'll be going missing. Someday. I don't want to listen. Someday. I don't want to listen. I'll be going. I don't wanna. Full thick, bitch, yeah. Push it, yeah. Hey Christian, I'm not really going to disclose the information, but I made a good amount. I've been trading for 4 years and I've been profitable for the past 2 years. Almost 3 years. Almost trading for 5 years, almost profitable for the past 3 years. But yeah. So technically I've been profitable for 2.5 years out of 4.5 years of trading. At the end of this year, I would make 3 years. But as far as telling you a dollar amount, I'm not really telling you that. It's kind of crazy pocket watch right there. How I completely understand now, and I want to start, and I'm trying to start right now. But amazing job, man. So how much do you know? Do you know like this is like your day one trying to learn how to start, or do you know a little bit, or do you know a little bit? And you just trying to get better. Yeah, I'm just now trying to start. All right, so this is what you do. I tell everybody to do the same thing that come in my chat. That's just trying to learn how to start. Right, it's real simple. You don't got to pay for it. It's really free. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I don't sell any courses or nothing like that. Go on YouTube.com. Type in beginner guide to Forex trading. Look at this video right over here. It's a 4-hour long video. Not this video. Where is it? It is a 4-hour long video if I could fucking find it. 48 FX Alex G. Okay, here you go right here. Type in beginner's guide to Forex trading FX Alex G. This is a 4-hour long video. Everything you will learn in this video is really beginner friendly from start to finish. That's why it's a 4-hour long video. By the end of this video, you will learn how to you will have an understanding or idea of what price action is, what candlestick is, what tools you need to trade, like trading view, things of that nature. How to calculate your risk accordingly. Everything you see in this video applies to every single market when it comes to price action. Not this video. Why the fuck are you clicking 35-minute video? I thought I just fucking had it on the screen. Where did it go? Yeah, this is this video. So everything in this video is very, very beginner friendly. If you don't know nothing, you can watch the video and you will end this video knowing something. All the basic stuff. You will everything you see in this video when it comes to price action, trading, psychology, risk management, things of that nature. This applies to not just Forex. That's why I tell people to watch this video specifically, because even though it says Forex trading, this applies to all markets. This applies to stocks, options, futures, in the trading index, indices, or whatever, commodities. This applies to everything. The only thing difference will be your platform will be different on where you actually execute trades off of. So instead of executing on Top Step for a funded account, you'll be executing off of like Top One for a Forex account. Or if crypto, instead of doing it on like a Wander broker, you will be doing it on like Coinex, on like Coinbase or Robinhood or some shit. Right. So the only thing difference is the platform that you're using to execute the trades, but the price action and all the knowledge all applies the same to any kind of financial market you want to trade, whether it's futures or Forex. The reason why I say futures or Forex is because those are the most popular ones. But watch this video if you don't know nothing, and then you will know all the beginner friendly stuff. And then after that, it just comes with having a mentor or somebody that you watch on a consistent basis to learn from. Yeah, no problem, bro. You don't gotta watch the whole 4-hour video in one sitting. You can watch an hour right now, go to sleep, wake up tomorrow, watch another hour. You could break it up to 2 hours a day, or 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours at night, and then you'll be done. Real simple. But make sure you have like a book to write the stuff down that you're learning as far as the vocabulary words and what the terminology and stuff like that mean. That way you have an understanding of what it actually means, because as you're learning something, if you're writing it down, it's easier to retain what you're writing down rather than you just watching and listening, and you'll remember it a lot easier. You don't need to, you can use the book as a reference of your note taking when you're watching somebody live trade like me or whoever else. That way you, if you say something that you don't understand, you can be like, wait, I heard somebody mention that earlier in the other video that I watched, but I forgot what that means. Let me go see what that looked like. And then you go to your notebook as the reference. And as you get familiar with price action and things of that nature, you won't need the book anymore. But as far as note taking, it's important to take notes as a beginner trader, knowing nothing. That way you have something to refer back to. Instead of having to try to go watch the video all over again, you could just go through your notes that you already took. Thank you for all the information. No problem, man. Thanks for following. Thanks for stopping by the stream, bro. Your journey starts now. I said, we know it's happening night and day. Bro, not, I wouldn't say 70% of trading is just sitting there waiting for your setup, to be honest. Fuck that 70%. It's really like 90% in trading, just sitting there waiting for your setup. I know somebody somewhere around the world see this. I know somebody somewhere around the world see this kind of price action and said, oh yeah, let's trade and take it to sell. Could play out. I know somebody around the world see this rejection and say, fuck it, let's sell. It could play out. Could not. But I know somebody around the world is saying, fuck it, let's get in. Instead of waiting for their setup. Most of trading is waiting for your setup and having a plan, having a discipline to just let it play out on its own instead of trying to chase something or force yourself into a setup. So a lot of the times y'all see me here on the live stream, if I'm not already in a trade before I get on the stream, you will be seeing me sitting here waiting until everything happens in order on what I want to see. As I said before, I need to see a break, a retest, a break of previous highs on a following time frame, a new low to get formed, and then a break of that low. So that may take some time. That may take an hour. It may take an hour and a half. It may take 2 hours. But until that happens, I will be sitting here doing nothing. I need everything to happen in a sequence of events. That's how how my trading strategy is. How many trades have you made today? None. 0. I take 1 to 2 trades a day, and I only focus on the high quality trades. I'm not really looking to trade a bunch of times. Trading is a game of probability. So the odds that you're going to keep winning over and over and over again are not that likely, right? As far as high quality trades, at least. So I take one trade to 2 trades a day. If I take my first trade and I win, I don't need to take a second trade because I'm already won for the day. If I take my first trade and I lose, then I will look for a recovery trade setup to just recover my previous trade loss and potentially to make money on that day. If I take my second trade of that day and I lose, and I take no more trades, that's it. Maximum, I lose 2 trades in a day, worst case scenario. But as far as how many trades I took today, none. I'm not the person that you see on the live stream trading on the 30-second chart, on a 1-minute chart, that's taking 5, 6 setups all at the same time. Or just taking the setup, getting stopped out, waiting a couple minutes, taking another setup, getting stopped out, waiting a couple minutes, taking the another setup, getting TP, waiting another couple minutes, taking the setup, getting TP. I'm not doing that shit. I'm not here to do that. All right. I'm here to take one setup and let the setup play out. The people that take a lot of setups, most of the time they are low risk. So meaning they're not really risking too much money on that setup. That's why they're open to taking more positions. But, or they just trying to flip an account and just super scalping, right? But because I risk full size on my account, meaning I risk a full 1% or 0.5% if it's a risky trade on every single trade that I take, I don't need to keep penny pitching these smaller dollar amounts to make some money. I risk full size on my first position or 0.5% on my first position, depending on if it's a counter trade or not. Then I let that trade do what it do. If I win that trade and I make 1%, then, or if I make 2%, that is a good day. 2% is a great day. 1% is a great day. It's still a fucking winning day. I only look to target 5% a month. 5% a month on average. Some months I have 10% months. Some months I have 3% months, right? Where it's like a little more break even, a little bit more shaky, right? But I look to target 5% a month on average. Some months I do 15%, some months I do 12%, some months I do 10%, right? But on average, I'm looking at 5% a month. So if I'm looking at 5% out of 20, if I'm trying to make 5% out of 20 trading days, whenever I have a 1% or 2% day out of a 5% target on that month, that is a great fucking day. But I don't need to take a bunch of trades. I just need one high quality trade that'll make me about 1, 2 to 3%, and that's all. That's it. And I'm already halfway or making a lot of progress in my overall monthly target on an average basis. So I'm not here to take a bunch of trades. You gotta understand, every trade you take has the opportunity to lose because it is a probability game. Understanding that it is a probability game and every trade you take has the potential to lose, that means the more money you take, the more chance you have of losing that trade. So to eliminate risk, don't take more trades. Simple. So if I win, instead of risking the money that I just won to try to make more money with the potential to lose the money that I just won, just don't take another trade and just walk away with green and come back the next day with new price action, new structure, new trade. Simple. Seeing 3337.68 retouch, then push towards 3360. So you looking at buys. 3337 retest, then push towards. So you're looking at buys. So you're looking for a retest, 3337. So in this area, okay. So you trade fair value gaps. AMG, you're looking at a retest in this fair value gap right here. That's this 3337 area. This 3-touch candlestick formation. You're waiting for price to retest in this bullish fair value gap, then to come up here to 3360. That is a big push off of a fucking 5-minute fair value gap. I'm not gonna lie. And then you said 3360, so you're looking for price to take out these highs all the way up here. That is a fucking big move you're looking for, buddy. Not gonna lie. You're looking for that big ass move off of this. You're looking for a move like that off of a 5-minute fair value gap. You're fucking insane. Hypothetically speaking, say this trade does play out, right? Where you have a rejection off of this fair value gap, you get an entry, you have your stop loss below the fair value gap or below these lows for about 23 for about 23 pips, right? You mean to tell me you think this shit gonna push all the way up to 360 for about a 1 to 10 risk reward off of a 5-minute level. That is counter-trend to the overall higher time frame directional bias. Not the higher time frame directional bias, but the higher time frame is bullish, right? But the 4 hour is internal structurally bearish. The 1 hour is currently bearish. And you think a 5-minute level or a 5-minute fair value gap is going to disrespect the overall 1 hour and 4 hours internal structure? It's fucking insane. But if it plays out, hey, you're a fucking genius. But the odds of that happening, from my perspective, it's not likely, bro. I'm personally waiting for sales. I'm not looking to buy this at all. My 4-hour structure is overall bullish but internally bearish. My 1 hour structure is bearish at this moment as well. So I'm not looking to take any buying opportunities. I'm strictly looking for sales. What's good, bro? I see the lives coming along. Hell yeah. I look at like going live on TikTok, bro. Live on TikTok lit. It's a lot of beginner friendly information on TikTok. Well, not information, but it's a lot of beginner friendly people that's like day one of learning how to trade. So I enjoy that. I appreciate the heart me gang. Appreciate that shit for real. How you damn. I don't even know what that is or what to call it, but bro, cooking. Damn. He dropped 50 of them things. Whatever that is, hey, I appreciate that shit. What's that called? Appreciate that shit though, bro. Get my fan club level up. Hey, I don't even know what that is, but whatever it is, shout out to you. You're a real nigga. But how you trading? How you trading coming along? You got another account yet? Go Popular LOL. So it's called a Go Popular. All right. Let me think. I was trying to think of some AI shit. Like, thanks for the Go Popular. But I couldn't think of nothing. Like yesterday and today was rough. It's cool, bro. Did you journal? Wait, do you journal? You journal your trades? Like, well, I'm hungry as shit. I don't be trusting my first analysis, and I try to journal, but I never stay consistent. How do you journal? Or what do you do? What do you journal on? Journaling is important. You can't overlook journaling. The reason why journaling is so important, as basically especially when it comes to like mastering like your strategy and things of that nature, it helps you weed out what you're doing wrong, and highlight and double down on what you're doing right. So journaling is definitely good for when you're trying to improve or refine. But without journaling, in hindsight, you don't know what you did wrong or what you did right. I've tried writing it in notebook and in notes on my phone. So that's why you can't journal and you're inconsistent with journal, because it's too much work. Writing it all out is too much work in a notebook. And your phone is too convenient because it's too much stuff to do on your phone. So you probably get sidetracked and start doing some other shit. I'm finna show you how to journal right now. Give me a second. So just on your laptop or desktop, whatever, you could probably do this on your phone too. I'm not sure. But open a new tab. Open a new tab. Go on Notion.com. All right. Notion.com, it'll take you to this page. All right, go to Notion.com. Once you go to Notion, all you have to do is click Add New right over here under Private. Click Add New. It will make you a trading journal for you. So All you gotta do is just do what I do. Click build with AI. Click make me a trading journal with before and after image for day trading for me to track my progress in real time. Make sure to add a comment section before and after the trade I take. Press enter. I know my startup. Yeah, Notion is great. Let Notion make the trading journal. It'll take a couple minutes, like 1 or 2 minutes to make the trading journal. After the trading journal was made, you would have your asset, your entry price, like your asset, like if it's NAS 100 or NQ, whatever it can be. You have your asset, your entry price, your exit price, your position size, your profit loss, your before image, your after image, your pre-trade comments, your post-trade comments, trade strategy, emotions. Simply just press continue, press this plus sign over here, remove all of the preset ones. I keep pressing the plus sign. I don't mean the plus sign. But that, the little 6 dots right there over here, delete all the ones that's preset. Delete. And then when you want to actually journal, you type what you journal. So if you took an NQ trade, you say NQ fair value gap. That was the strategy. You put the date. You put the futures, your entry price, your exit price, your position size, how many contracts it was, and how it was. Did you make $200? Did you lose $100? Whatever the profit or loss was. After that, well, your position size, then your profit loss, then your before image. For your before image, you go to trading view. Say I'm taking a sell right over now. You want to do it in real time too, so you get the clean version. So say I'm in the sell now. I would just simply press this camera up here, press copy link, go to Notion, and just paste this link in the before image. So Control V or paste. That way, every time I come here and I click this link, it'll automatically take me up to this page where I screenshot it, which it was. So it'll always be linked to this before image in real time on how the price action looked when I took that sell. Then after the end of the trade, and if take price all the way down here, you do the same thing. Press copy link, then just paste it again after the trade is done, and after image, whether you won or lost. Your pre-trade comments. This is where you talk about how you feel about the setup you're taking in real time after you take it. So this is where you say, we are overall bearish, some shit like that. Trading off of a bearish fair value gap. We had a break in retest. We have a break. We created a 15-minute fair value gap. We got a 5-minute retracement back into that fair value gap. I look to take a sell off of a bearish engulfing candle after rejection of that fair value gap. Stop off above the high. I overall like, then you go to your psychology. Overall like this trade because it is on my textbook setup. I rate this trade at A quality setup. Shit like that. Whatever you're thinking in real time during before when you first take that trade, type that in the pre-trade comments. Then for the after the trade, win or lose, you highlight what you did good versus what you did bad. My entry was premature. I could have got a better entry here. My stop loss was too tight. The trade overall won my direction, but it took me out first, so I was part of the liquidity grab. Next time, adjust stop loss to where it is involved. This trade I do. Things like that. Overall, still like the trade. If I see the trade again, I'll take it again every single time I see it. But so basically highlighting what you did good in that trade, I stuck to the plan. I was disciplined. I waited for my setup. It just didn't work out. Or the setup was textbook. It played out. I'll take this every single time I see it. Things of that nature. Then over time, as you're building this data, you will be able to go over at the end of the week or so and see how many times you made the same bad mistake. How many times did you really enter prematurely? How many times were your stop loss actually too tight? And upcoming to that next week, you refine that. Okay, say I did the same mistake 4 times in the last week. So let me try not to do that this time and focus on eliminate that out of my mistakes and turn that into a positive side. And over time, within a month, you're going to start to see progress just by going over your previously week data. Then you have a success rate and you start to see that fluctuate over time. You also have a trade calendar where you would have all of the trades you took in their profit and loss statement inside that category as well. Then your performance board. So how many trades was poor, below average, average, good, or excellent, based off of the success ratings and things of that nature. So this is the easy and fun way to trade in journal. I think it's pretty fun because you get to see the progress at the end of the week and you got something to look forward to. Instead of just having to mentally remember what you did, you all got it down as far as before, after, and what you was thinking in real time before you trade, and what your thought process at the end of the trade on how you felt about that overall position. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, let me see if I can make another workspace for trading. I got to see if I've had the option on top step. Oh, to copy to screenshot the charts and all that stuff. Trying to see if you got an actual top step. If you don't have the option on top step to screenshot, you can just type in snipping tool. This will pop up. So type in snipping tool, and this will pop up. You press new, and then you just take a screenshot of the chart like this. And then you can press copy the image, then go over here, Control V, or paste the image. But I can't paste it. Fuck. I thought you could paste it. If you can't paste it, customize. Damn, I forgot how to do it. If you can't paste it, redo it with Trading Journal. Go to redo the Trading Journal. But when you type the prompt in for the AI to create it again, make sure you do it before and after image and not where you have to send a link. So I forgot how I think I did it before. Damn, I forgot how I did it, bro. But there should be a way to where you actually could input the actual image instead of the link to the image. Oh, you got all right, bet. So that it still works. But over time, you'll be able to weed out and highlight. You will see, like, at the end of the week, how many times you made the same mistake over and over again. How many times you entered premature. How many times your stop loss was too tight. How many times was it a rush setup. Things like that. And then that way you can weed out what you're doing wrong and highlight it. I'll wake up to trade. All right, bet, bro. Thanks for stopping by the stream. Thanks for all the gifts as well, bro. Shout out to you. About to touch 337.68 for the bounce back up. Hey, AMG, C6. If that's your trade, take your trade with all confidence, bro. Yeah, no problem. Hey, AMG C6. If this is your trade idea to buy off of this rejection area at 337, by all means, take your setup. I encourage everybody to take their own setup because you don't learn from taking my setups. You learn from taking your own setups and learn from your own mistakes and your own wins, right? So just taking what I'm taking or copying what I'm doing is not really teaching you anything, right? So I encourage everybody to take their own setups. I'm on live to just showcase what I'm personally doing and how I personally view the markets. So if your setup or your strategy tells you to buy off of this area, by all means, take that buy. I'm not trying to discourage you from taking that setup. Me personally, I don't want to take that setup though. I'm going to wait for this low to get taken out and take this sell and have stop loss above this high. So my setup will be something like this. For about a 72 pip stop loss at the break of this low down here. And my first target will be down here at the bottom of this range. And then another TP down here. So this is my setup. But if this setup is taking you to buy off for 337, then by all means take that buy, bro. All I'm waiting for is this lower high to get taken out of this 5-minute time frame. When it's higher low. See how deep the tracement does on the GU. So it really wasn't deep enough. Let's see if this was a fib level that is projecting off us. Not quite a fib level either. If it's any new people in the chat, bro, let me know how y'all trade or what y'all trade. Are y'all future traders? Are y'all Forex traders? Are y'all options? And let me know how y'all trade. Do y'all trade fair value gap, support resistance, ICT, supply and demand? Let me know. I'm curious on what everybody trades in the chat. And how long have y'all been trading as well? Just curious to see if we got some new traders, we got some experienced traders. What? Fuck, I can't talk. Like, how's it going? For anybody in the chat that's struggling with becoming profitable, like they're still new, they're still in an unprofitable stage, they're not able to make consistent withdrawals or things like that. That's okay. Right? We all was there at one point in time. I was there about 4 years ago, about 3 years ago. But it's important to know what's holding you back. And if you do know what's holding you back, comment it. Let me know what you feel like is holding you back personally, and I can give you some advice to how to overcome that. And it's just up to you to execute. For the people that don't know me in the chat, I've been trading for 4.5 years, almost 5 years. I've been consistently profitable for the past 2.5 years. Going at the end of this year, we'll make 3 years consistently profitable. All right, so I'm gonna set a sell stop at the break of this low down here. I like to use pending orders. So me, I want to set a sell stop. The break of this low, and I'm gonna have about a 70 pip stop loss above these highs all the way up here. Then I'm gonna take partials at the same 70. This is where I'm gonna take 50% off my position and leave a runner. So we're gonna label this partial close. Also, I'm not necessarily a scalper. I'm an intraday trader. I hold my trades from 4 to 5 hours. I'm not in my trades for 30 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, right? I'm focused on the higher time frame directional buyers. I take entries on the lower time frame that supports the higher time frame directional buyers that I do have. But I am going to set this sell stop right about now. Let's pull up my trade locker account. Gold, still pending order, still entry, paste, stop loss, copy, paste, GP, copy, paste. All right, I set a sell stop. I do low-key like these entries right now. I like the entries right now just because we have a rejection candle with on the 1 hour time frame with an aggressive top wick. That is a big wick. Let me know this is a strong rejection candle. Our follow 1 hour candlestick did fail to break the previous candlestick highs, and now we're looking like we're breaking the previous candlestick lows, giving us this bearish engulfing effect. If it closed like this in the next 44 minutes, or even close down here, it's still a nice bearish engulfing candle after a massive rejection wick, signaling potential reversals in this area on a 1 hour time frame. But I just don't want to enter premature because price easily could just re-break this high over here and then come down here and take this low. Then I would just simply adjust my entry from being right here to right here, and adjust my stop loss from being right here to right here. But as far as current price action, this is my most recent higher low, so I'll wait for this to get taken out for a continuation on the sell. Thank you for the follow legacy. Welcome to the stream. Ugh. What's good, Chris? Good morning, bro. Heikin. This sell stop is at low risk because this is the counter trade to the 4-hour time frame, but it's just 4-hour internal structure that is bearish. So because I understand this, instead of risking my full 1% like I normally do, I am risking half of 8%. So I just wanted to note that for anybody new people, that I did say sells was counter trend, so it's low risk. So stop. So stop not activated yet. Low risk. Thank for all the likes in the chat. This nigga funny as fuck. Yeah. Yeah. Uh, I'm not the nigga you want. Oh, I'm just being honest. Sitting there, right, with my cuts. Hit from the back, all in her spawn. Money, what the fuck is you? I patch on my home, she tweet. I ain't scared of this link. She hit this, so shark piece. I hear she think it won't touch me. Like, no. Come on me. You horny freak, all in your thought, come calling me. Uh, stop. Uh, 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 uh. Get out the way. Move, bitch. Get out. We 20 followers off 400, bro. 19. We fucking on 9. Like Patrick Mahomes, she tweet. I ain't ever had one of these Lincoln. She hit this whole shark dish. Back you up off of me. She wanna fuck it off of me. Say no. Come on to me. Come on it freak. Your thought come call me. I'm lying if I ain't got no news. To all of the 13 new followers we got today, bro. Shout out to y'all too. Shout out to the new people. I need a bev. Bad, bad. Just back it up now, bad. Which one? All right, back. I'm finna get something deeper. I'm gonna go get some meat. You keep what song playing? My bone. Don't you know I lose control when you're not next to me? What do you say? You're falling apart right in front of you. Can't you see? I lose control when you're not next to me. You make the mess of me. Oh man. All right, man, dog, I got you right now. All right. So as you can see, you have a sell stop that hasn't been triggered yet. And it says low risk. Low risk is because it's overall counter trend to the high time frames, but pro trend to the current time frame, which is the 1 hour that I'm looking off, that I'm basing it off of. Okay? So the daily is overall bullish. We already know that. 4 hours bullish as well. But as you can see, in the 4 hour time frame, we have a higher high, and now we have a retracement. So this is still technically bullish structure, right? Because this push down never took out a low, which would be this low down here. So we never took this low out. But inside this overall bullish structure, we have bearish internal structure. So what internal structure is, I don't know if you know what it is or not, but if you see making higher highs and higher lows, then you see something like this happens. This means this is a bullish trend with bearish internal structure for a bullish continuation. So this is what's going on right here. It has potential to be a bullish trend with higher highs and higher lows, bearish internal structure on a retracement for a bullish continuation. That could possibly happen. But I'm anticipating that this bearish internal structure is going to continue down. Reason being is this is a steep retracement. This retracement is already more than 50% of the move. So if I draw my fib from the lowest point to the highest point, we already failed to reject this 0.50 on this fib level, right? This fib rejection failed. Not only that, we pulled into this 0.70 area and then we had another rejection. So we already in a deep retracement phase. Let me know that because this retracement is so deep, it's probably going to go bearish. That's what I'm thinking. But looking on this current 4 hour structure, you see we have a internal lower low, lower high, lower low, potentially lower high. If I draw my fib the other way on the 1 hour time frame, from the highest point to this lowest point, now you can see we have a fib level rejection up in this area that also lines up with our 1 hour previous low. So we broke below our 1 hour previous low, aggressive breakout, strong bearish close. Now a retest pulling back into that area. After this retest, at this area where we have a 1 hour bearish fib lining up with a previous level or a previous low, turn into the 1 hour time frame. I'm looking to sell off of this market structure shift. So that's the reason why I'm looking to sell. I'm looking to sell because our 4 hours is in a retracement phase that is really, really deep, retrace over 70% of the move. Inside that retracement, we are overall making internal lower lows and lower highs. Our 1 hour time frame is making lower lows and lower highs. We have a break and retest of a previous low on the 1 hour time frame that aligns up with a 1 hour level rejection. And that's why I got this bearish bias on gold. Hopefully that makes sense. But granted, I'm bearish. I do know the 4 hour is still bullish and the daily is still bullish. That's why I said low risk, meaning instead of risking my full size, I risk half size that I normally would risk because it is riskier. Yes, sir. Thanks for the follow, gang. Welcome to the stream, bro. And then new people in the chat, let me know what y'all trade and what's y'all strategy and how long y'all been trading. Let me know. I'm curious. I just wanna be happy. This nigga got a 86% win rate, 53 trades, 6 losses. Oh, well, this nigga cooking. He's fucking cooking. I'm not even lying. You didn't get triggered yet on this bitch, bro? Fuck. Or it might get triggered here. Let's see. We should be getting triggered here. Triggered. Ooh, 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 ooh. Someone comment on my fucking TikTok video. You don't have to be like every other trader on TikTok. Be yourself. What the fuck are you even talking about? All I did was post the live trading breakdown before and after. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm staying here till 4 o'clock. Then I'm getting off live. I ain't gonna lie. I don't like to sit and watch you talk too much. I've been here for two at 2 o'clock. It'll be 2 hours. I'm gonna let this idea play out and do what it wants to do. I'm not gonna. I don't need to sit here and watch it, bro. So as a plan, I'm staying till 4. Not 4. 2. Not 2. Yeah, it is 4. I'll stay here at 4 a.m. Then that's it. This is for me, man. The idea is the same though. Sell stop at the break of this low. Stop loss above this lower high. This is where I take partials and hold my rest of the trade to see if we could come take out these lows down here. And you have a potential scaling right over here if you want to scale in. And a scaling down here. Other than that, bro, that's the idea. So if whoever's still in here and still watching, this is what I plan on doing with this trade. If you decide to take my trade, if you don't decide to take my trade, cool. But to that dude that was holding Vaz at 337, where did he go? I wonder where his stop loss is. He still should be good though, as long as his stops are below this low. But if he had a tight stop loss like below this gap, he would have got cooked right here. Ooh, I fall apart. Thomas to my cup. Ooh, I fall apart. Thomas to my cup. Ooh, wouldn't know before. That's the song that was just playing. It all just sound like ooh, ooh, too young, too dumb to realize I should have brought you forward and held your hand when I had a chance. Took you to every party 'cause I want you again. Young baby dancing. My selfish ways. My son, she's dancing with another man. Oh, All right, I'm gonna wrap it up here, bro. It's 4 a.m. I'm gonna keep this sell stop activated. My stop loss will be above this high. If price comes up to retake this high, I'll trail my stop loss. I'll trail my sell stop to about here. If you continue higher and end up closing above this range, I'll just delete the overall sell stop. That's how I plan on managing this trade. I plan on partially closing at this target down here at 3328. If my sell stop do get triggered and goes in profit, look to hold a full to 3309. Other than that, that's the trade. I'm not gonna sit here in those charts all day. I was here for about 2 hours. I put in the work. Now I just need to let the market do what it wants to do. So no trades taken so far. I'm gonna head out right here. Over here. Everybody, stay safe in this market. Stay disciplined. Be mature. And only take your setup. Right. Don't go over here gambling. Don't go over here saying fuck it. Let me buy now. Fuck it. Let me sell now. Right. Wait for your setup. And if your setup don't come, it's okay to walk away from the charts and without a trading day. Right. I'd rather walk away from the charts without losing at all than to force a trade and lose. Right. It's your boy Traderholic, and I'm out. Chat. Peace.